all this, like, it's about me, blame. I mean, if the world today, Molly, were a sexual entity with all the blame, America couldn't get it up.
Hey guys, welcome to Serious Laughs. This is episode 5. 3 signs you're in a toxic relationship. Blame, inflexibility, lack of self-reflection.
The house of mirrors is to the body what a toxic relationship is to the soul. We lose our way.
Hello, Sheri.
Hello, Molly.
Good to see you.
Oh, it's wonderful seeing you. Such fresh air. No toxicity. Toxicity? Toxicity?
Of our city. No, talk about fresh air. Can I tell you what? My husband and I went to the gym today and we were on our way back and he goes, "Jeez, you want to crack that window or something?" And I go, "What? Do I stink?" And he was like, "Yeah." It was like so nice. He freaking went in the middle console and grabbed some air freshener and sprayed it in the truck. I'm a terrible sweater. And so my gym clothes are nasty. Molly needs some new clothes.
You know what, though? I love 2 things about that. One.
Just chaos going on in my house.
Well, that's life. That's seriously laughter here.
Laughter. It's life. Pico.
Maybe you want to timestamp that?
I'm going to.
All right. So there are 2 things I really liked about what you just shared about your smelly self post-workout with your hubby.
Yep.
One, I love how honest he is, how authentic he can be. That's so important in a relationship, to be authentic. That's my takeaway from it. But also, it's so timely. We're talking about toxic relationships. Things that literally stink, literally or figuratively. And there's a possibility that he himself is smelling, right? There's that saying, whoever smelt it, dealt it. So our relationships are often a mirror to ourselves and to each other. So often what bothers us about someone else is something that we're maybe not wanting to see in ourselves.
Oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. Well, we are basing this off of your article, 3 Signs You're in a Toxic Relationship. And you talk about these mirrors, this house of mirrors. So could you, let's use that as a jumping off point to talk, because you're going to reference that a lot. What exactly is a house of mirrors?
When I was a kid, I'd go into, the carnival, the local carnival. I grew up in New York, and there was always that temporary carnival in town. I don't know if they have that in Houston, but you'd go in and there'd be literally mirrors everywhere. And some mirrors would make you look fat, and some mirrors would make you look skinny, and some mirrors would make your head look huge, but then your feet so tiny. And these mirrors, Molly, would be everywhere that morphed and distorted your physical body. On top of which, since they were everywhere, these mirrors, you lost your way physically in time and space. As a kid, that freaked me out, this idea of, okay, where am I? How do I get out of here? And then the mirrors would be on the front, the back, the side, everywhere. So you would see multiple reflections of yourself as a midget with huge arms, but skinny legs, with a nose that went down to your toes. And at first it's fun. You're playing with that as a kid. It's a good time. But then after a while, you start to get freaked out because you lose your way. And again, the House of Mirrors is a place you go to for fun. It's almost Halloween. So you like a little scare. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem, Molly, is when we get into toxic relationships, you run the risk of entering a metaphorical house of mirrors for your psyche where you have lost your way. You want to read that for our listeners?
I do. I before we got into this, I started digging around because I know exactly what you're talking about. It's fun, and then it starts to get real scary when you're in these carnival boxes, right? So I wanted to look up a good metaphor. Here's the quote. In its literal sense, it means looking at a mirror and seeing your own reflection. In its metaphorical sense, it means take a look at what you've become as a person, and someone is telling you to look in the mirror because you are exactly what you say you are not.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
And so that helped me because and I mean, we're talking relationships with spouse, parents, supervisors at work, coworkers. This can relate to so many different types of relationships. I think it's an amazing topic.
I also think, go ahead.
No, you go, girl.
I also think it could be the foundation for a cult. This idea of drinking the Kool-Aid, where reality is projected onto you. That is not your reality, but after a while, you begin to believe it is your reality. There's that stink. And it's much worse than what you get at the gym.
Oh, yes. Okay. So we get this idea that you're exactly what you say you're not. Okay. When you're in these mirrors. So let's talk about this first sign, blame. That's what you have down. Yeah. Blame.
Yeah. That's the, and I believe it's not happening in a vacuum, the three pillars that lead to the House of Mirrors. I don't think it's only blame first. That's the first week. And week 2, we have manipulation. I think they work in tandem together. And whether or not the perpetrator of the toxic behavior is doing it intentionally or not doesn't change the effect on the recipient. So the House of Mirrors might be telling you your ear on the left side is huge and the ear on the right side is drooping, but it's not personal. The mirror is just showing you the mirror. It's just it's just doing what a mirror does. So it's not necessarily that the toxic initiator is evil. It's just who they are. I think we're all a product of our nature and nurture, but that doesn't mean you stay in that toxic relationship. So the first one, blame, and I think we have a quote. That's the House of Mirrors partner does everything they can to reflect any wrongdoing onto you. So it's not obvious. That's what gets you set off in the House of Mirrors in your psyche first. They might use guilt. They might use humor. They might use some form of gaslighting to make you question your reality. I had a really close friend in middle school, and she surprised us with these best friend necklaces, and I was supposed to wear best, and she was wearing friend or whatever. And I felt, it was great. And then she would do things that I didn't like that made me feel uncomfortable. So I stopped wearing the necklace, and boy, did she get upset. But it was a form of manipulation. Like, I did this for us, and this is how you thank us. Like, this is how I'm putting effort into us. You really hurt my feelings when you didn't wear the necklace at school today. So that guilt and that second guessing of myself, was I bad not wearing it? That doesn't feel right. I shouldn't feel bad because I didn't wear it.
Right.
And that blame, and if she had said, how dare you? I think it wouldn't be the House of Mirrors as much, because you wouldn't be thrown off by anger. Anger is clear. It says what it is. I'm angry.
Yeah.
But because she said, you hurt me, you did this to me, you are to blame for my pain. Instead of examining her own stuff and thinking, God, am I that needy? Am I that controlling? But that's the thing about blame. It is very much a byproduct of people's hunger to be in control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's something as simple as that. Even when you're a child, to go back and remember that. And I see my 6-year-old, my 14-year-old do that to us too. We're all guilty of doing it at some point, but that's what they, I have the slowest eater. Henrik is 6, and he just, in the morning, for whatever reason, it's just like, dude, put the fork in your mouth. And then he will. And then he sits there with the food in his mouth for minutes. And I'm like, chew the food. And so every fucking morning it's due. And I'm like hand scooping food. I'm like, you're 6. Why am I doing this? And by the end, we're rushed for time. And it's always, you made me do this. This is your fault that you're angry with me. And I'm like, no, dude, don't. It's, and he doesn't understand it yet, but it is such a childish thing.
Mm-hmm. It keeps the armor on us. I think.
Yes.
I think as we get older, we have more of a choice. We can acknowledge that the armor is starting to fall apart with age and time and experience, or we can cling to it and dig our feet in more deeply. And I think we're seeing this not just chronologically through time, individually as a human having this experience on Earth, but I think we're seeing it more on a global level. We're at this turning point, especially with the elections coming up, not just here and in Europe. And this is not me getting political. This is just me getting, just looking at the landscape, Molly.
Right.
We're living at a time where people are either choosing to dig deeper, meaning like their heels in, like, you're to blame. The world would be a good place without you doing this. Or they're choosing to say, maybe there's another way. Maybe I can look at the lens of anger that I'm experiencing and do some self-reflection.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at that precipice of change, and I hope people will stop doing the blame game and start taking accountability for their own life. Because when we do take accountability for our own life, that's when the toxicity is going to recede from our lives. Bless you. Bless you. That was you cleansing the toxicity. Oh,
The
fresh
toxins are coming
air.
out.
Fresh air. That is how you clean the ozone layer. You
Choking on my own spit.
That's right, bitches. That's right. Walk away.
Damn dogs. No, I love that, and it is so relevant with the election just around the corner, because I am so sick of these ads. It's so disheartening. It's just the blame, and I'm like, la la la, don't want to hear it anymore. Can it be November 6th? Like, let's get it done.
Yes. Yeah.
But I love that. Yeah, it's very, very relevant.
We can feel it. We can feel the blame.
And it's feel like it, baby.
It weighs on you, and you have a choice. You can keep staying, guys, in the House of Mirrors and say, I don't like the way you make my ears look weird. I don't like the way you made my kneecaps bulge. Or you can just get out of the House of Mirrors and go, you do you.
You do you. You do you, I'll do me. I'm looking at your article here. Pico, please. I'm in the middle of a podcast.
That's what makes sense. So the second piece in this House of Mirrors is
let's talk about that.
inflexibility.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a quote for our viewers.
For the relationship to thrive, a part of you must die. This is not compromise. This is a very fracturing of you.
So we're back to that house of mirrors.
Yep.
It's basically, another word for it would be ultimatum. They're inflexible. Like, this is me. And again, there's a spectrum, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you are one religion and the other person says for us to be together, you have to change religions. You have to decide, whether or not that works for you. That's not the inflexibility that we're talking about in the House of Mirrors. We're talking about an unwillingness to consider challenges from another person's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
The unwillingness to compromise, the unwillingness, for example, with my friend from middle school, she had an unwillingness to consider other ways to look at things. At the time, I had a boyfriend later on in high school. That stands out to me. And it was her sister was having a bat mitzvah. And I stayed for the bat mitzvah. But then I went to my boyfriend's. He had just broken his leg. And I was spending time with him. And she said that was the end of the friendship for her. How dare I leave her sister's bat mitzvah early? Wasn't enough that I went. It was, no, you were supposed to keep staying there. That's inflexibility. That's control. And a lot of times with this toxic relationship, you see that inflexibility, that unwillingness to be open-minded and whether it's on a small or a big level. For example, people who want to get together for lunch, you have that controlling friend that says, I wanted it to just be us. I don't know if anyone can relate.
So awkward.
I'm like, really? Did someone die? Like, I don't know. I'm just, the more the merrier. Like, if it's important to you, let me know ahead of time.
100%. Yeah.
But that's, to me, a controlling and flexible person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think we all have our moments, but I like that you specify in your article that it's when it's a regular thing. Mm-hmm. And it just continuously happens. And also something you wrote in here that I want to touch on too, in terms of inflexibility. You respect each other's boundaries and then align on issues of importance to both partners. And how important is that, especially in a partnership when you're raising children? Mm-hmm. My God, like my husband and I don't really get in arguments, but there'll be little like tips here and there. And there was, this is so stupid. And it's not a regular thing, so it's not worrisome, but you have to be so aligned on the tiniest freaking thing. Henrik came home from school. He finished all his chores. He said, can I play my video games? And I said, yeah, sure. Go ahead and play. And Josh was like, not every night. I was like, well, can we? And, it was just lack of communication really. But so then it just kind of blew up from nothing. And I just let him play a shorter amount of time. And then we hung out. But really it's that communication, but it's hard enough raising kids. Mm-hmm. The way it is. And then you just have to be on that same page. Yeah. Or like doing this podcast with you. We have to be, what is the ultimate goal? You and I have to communicate and align our focus together or it's going to tank.
Exactly. And that's an organic, regular process. That's not like Molly and Sheri are aligned. Oh, good. No, it's organic. It's messy. It's checking in. It's saying, okay, serious laughs, I need more fiber, Molly. And I don't know how else to say this. I need more fiber before we meet today. Okay. Oh no, I totally get that. Whatever. It's being real with each other. It's checking in. It's knowing, it's having that flexibility. Like, oh, I know we said we were going to meet tomorrow, but whatever. my dog is having a sex change, whatever it is. and, and Pico, close your ears.
Pico.
I'm just not taking it so seriously. It's just mind-boggling to me how you know how just we get caught up in that world and not making a mountain out of a molehill, and then knowing when, this is a molehill, this is a mountain,
this is a mountain for sure,
and your mountain is going to look different than someone else's mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing, which is a whole other article, but show. But in that inflexibility, that you just if you're still listening to us and you haven't fallen into a coma, just think about those relationships you have and the ones that you think put you in the house of mirrors. Are you seeing times in your relationships with those people or that person where you feel you potentially or the other person are being inflexible? Maybe it's both of you. Yeah. Again, relationships are mirrors to us.
Yeah. Oof, that's good stuff. I need
another smoke of my fag.
Get another smoke.
Molly gave me my first fag.
Oh my God.
If you're not watching as middle-aged women,
that would have been
doesn't sound good. A fag in English in Britain, in England, is a cigarette, and Molly gave me a cigarette, a fag, and so we're smoking them, but they're not real.
No, they're plastic, but they are very big. They're very big fags.
Very big fags. And I'm not being disrespectful. That's
we're not.
British call them. They're fags. They're cigarettes. I feel so feminine and feisty. I love it.
Feisty little cat. Oh my gosh.
Do we have time for the third point in the House of Mirrors?
We definitely have time. I like this one. Lack of self-reflection.
Now we're ready for that quote, Molly.
Okay. It's rare that we know we're entering the House of Mirrors with a toxic partner. Manipulation is the glue that keeps many of us stuck inside their fractured web of confusion. Manipulation. Nipple.
Yes.
Stupid.
And those sticky nipples, they hold up the mirrors. Neither one of us is medicated, okay? Well,
no,
I'm illegally. But yeah, they just up becomes down and down becomes up.
Well, the word you use, and I think a lot of people can relate to this, is eggshells, walking on eggshells. We've all had somebody in our life where we're constantly walking on eggshells. I love my dad. Love the man. But that was my life. And you just never knew. You never knew when the dude was going to blow up. And you can generally sense it. Yeah, see, everyone's like, I know someone. You get it. Holidays. So it was just play super nice, do everything right, everything he asked, because I don't want him to blow up. It didn't really matter. He would do it anyway because it was a special occasion. And for whatever reason, whatever was coming up in his past was bringing it into, and so Josh has even told me, no matter generally the holidays, the Christmas, I start to get really uptight, and he'll just come up to me and he puts his hands on my shoulders and he says, Molly, I'm not your dad. Everything's going to be just fine, because he could feel my asshole getting tight and bunging up, and I start to turtle.
But doesn't he know that means you won't smell as bad?
Let me write that down. So you were saying yes. So
benefits to having a tight asshole.
Tight holes. Oh.
Yes. For those of you listening, I've been nodding my head like a 5-year-old who's had too much high fructose corn syrup.
Mm-hmm.
My
And so
father,
yeah, do
my
do
father,
tell, go.
same. And it's very interesting because you and I are both huge people pleasers, and we're
Mm,
working on that, on
yeah.
advocating for ourselves. And when you were talking about your father and the holidays and things would be, you made a great point, Molly. Same with my father. Things would be great. My father unfortunately did pass in 2022. When he was with us on earth, he would be great. And then anything could make him blow up. And
Hmm.
I would manipulate myself, contort myself. It felt like being in a game of Twister, but psychologically to make him happy.
Yep.
And like you said, not that it really made a difference. And why is that? Because of that third pillar in the
Mm.
toxic relationship category. Our fathers, I can't speak for your father, but I can speak for mine, lacked self-reflection.
Oh, yes.
So that's why it doesn't matter. You're in the house of mirrors. It doesn't matter if you stand on your head. It's an illusion and a self-deception on our part if we think, oh, but if I say and do all the right things, they won't do XYZ.
Yeah.
You're setting
Yeah.
yourself up for a tight asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, you to have the emotional colonoscopy, if we continue this metaphor,
Yeah. Let's keep going down
if
this
you're
road.
going to let the shit go, it means walking away from the house of mirrors. It means saying, this is going to hurt because it's familiar and it's what I know,
Mm-hmm.
but I deserve better.
Mm-hmm.
And let him or her, if you're listening, rant and rave and make a scene, whatever he or she is doing. Let them do that. I don't have to join them. And I don't have to do a circus act to make them temporarily happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's another, bouncing off of that too. How, what are the steps then? Right? Is it just to let it's a little different if you're in a partnership with kids, I guess, than it is if you're with a
Absolutely.
boss or a friend. That's maybe, this is going to sound bad, but it's maybe a little bit easier to end the relationship, but people are definitely in situations where it's not that easy. So, what do we do?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's going to be different for every relationship and every
Yeah.
person. Things got better between my dad and I in stages. One was accepting that he can't self-reflect
Mm-hmm.
while he was incarnated in this life. So then it became I didn't speak to my dad for a decade. It became that.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we reconnected. And like most people in a toxic relationship, there was that honeymoon phase where everything was
Mm-hmm.
great. He was scared to lose me. I wanted the father. And then, it never would go back to the way it was growing up, but it also couldn't move forward. So again, this is my experience in the House of Mirrors. But I had psychologically gotten myself out as much as possible, meaning I had gotten to a point where I love him, but I'm not emotionally investing in him. So I learned to call him on my way home from work. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. It was almost like surface based. And
Yeah.
yet I loved him so much, but I knew I had to protect myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's allowing yourself to live in the space of messy emotions. We want so much to say, well, this is him and this is me, and I feel this way, and now I feel that, and everything is neat and tidy. I think life teaches us it's fucking messy life.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about just the physical stuff, like the emotional stuff. It's okay to say, I love you, Dad, but I can't stand you.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, but I don't like you. You
Mm.
mean the world to me, but I need to keep my distance from you. But we'll
Sure. And that's
talk
hard.
on a surface
Yeah.
level. And that's where I was. And then just now, when he passed, I almost feel in a way closer to him
Huh.
because I feel like I can have a relationship, and I feel that he knows how much. I think I do believe when we pass that they can see us and see everything. Therapy helps, but just learning that that he sees how much. Whoop! There goes my fag. The fag fell for those on Spotify. The fag fell. Alliteration. The fag fell. But maybe that was my dad. No. I feel that that when we pass, I do feel that they see everything, and if anything, they have to work on forgiving themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that they
I
did
love
the best
that.
they could. But it's our job on this planet to navigate. Like this is the work we're doing on the art school. This is not
Yeah.
easy shit. This is,
No.
and you're not alone, and it's complicated. I know a woman who's her father had sexually molested her.
Mm.
But he had lived through the Holocaust, and based on the experiences he went through, she had compassion for him. And she said, he wasn't in my life until I had kids, and I monitor, but it was important for me to make sure that my kids knew my father, because it was an illness he had, and I wanted that connection. I couldn't do that, but then again, I say that because I was never sexually abused.
Mm-hmm.
Someone would
Yeah.
look at me and say, how could you forgive him, your
Mm-hmm.
father, after he emotionally abused you?
Yeah.
So it's really up to the listener. Like, it's up to Molly. It's up to me. It's up to each of us individually to grapple with what works for us and what doesn't. And it's okay if those answers change over time. And that's that third piece, Molly, of self-reflection, because we're in the house of mirrors with them.
Oh, yeah. And what you say here, let's see if I have the right. Well, okay, we have this one. Self-reflection is a major prerequisite to intimacy.
Yeah, I mean, people talk about Viagra. I gotta get hard. Woman, I gotta get wet. If any of my former students are listening, you better be over 21. Holy crap. Okay. But yeah, self-reflection. You want to turn someone on sexually, you better work on who you are internally and what matters to you, and be open to feedback, and be open to seeing things from another person's point of view. That's how you get someone wet. That's how you get someone hard. That's it right there. Well, and you have to be attracted to them, let's be honest. but all this, like, it's about me, blame. I mean, if the world today, Molly, were a sexual entity with all the blame, America couldn't get it up. We'd be flaccid. How could you have an erection sexually with this country? Lame. It's, and I hear people in marriages, oh, I can't believe, no, he never does anything wrong. What is she doing? I can't stand her. I hate him. It's all his fault. It's like, okay, do you hear yourself? Is there no accountability?
Right.
So
There
now
just
you want to
has
get
to
jiggy
be.
with it? Like, what?
Right.
Sorry.
Right. No, there pick it up. No, there has to be. There has to be that self-reflection. Yeah, or it's just stale. It's just a stalemate. And like you said, you're flaccid. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
And that's why we're not turned on by politics. We're just getting angry. And
Oh, yeah.
anger is like the high fructose corn syrup of the soul.
Yeah.
It gets you
Red
like
dye number,
going,
whatever it is.
oh, but there's nothing. It's not sustainable. Love is
No.
sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
Vulnerability is sustainable. We're all connected. We got to get rid of this myth that we're separate from each other. We're not, guys. Yeah. Could we put that quote up, Molly?
Yeah, we got 2 left. The one from
That amazing author.
Rebecca.
If you're
Yep.
listening, Rebecca, I love this book. You're so talented. Oh. Can you have
In
a
5 years.
cerebral orgasm? Oh, sorry. Go.
No, I was just doing the commercial for it. In 5 years by Rebecca Serle. Is it Serle? Serle?
I don't know. Rebecca, if you're listening, if you've made it through all of this and you don't need a lobotomy from us, if you can just let us know how you pronounce your last name. Serle? Serle.
Serle?
Serle.
I like it all.
I like it all too.
Well, here's
Rebecca's
what
so
she says.
talented.
Rebecca says this in her book In 5 years. She says, because this is what it feels like to take a risk, to step out of line, to make decisions not based on fact, but on feeling. And it hurts. It feels like a tornado raging inside of my soul. It feels like I may not survive it. You will, she tells me. You already have. Love it.
Yeah.
To make decisions not based on fact, but on feeling. So in terms of like deciding whether or not you are in a toxic place, how are you feeling? Don't look at the facts. Like you made a great point. Well, he bought me a Tiffany ring and a Tiffany necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And then he berated me. Well, you said it so much better, but yeah, it's how do you feel?
There's no better or worse. That was good.
Well, no, you gave a good example.
No, I'll give an example of a former partner who I found out is listening to my stuff and reading my work.
Oh.
And this is like a former partner. So thank you. So eons ago, when I had very little self-esteem, which is not the case today, but which is proof that we can change.
Mm-hmm.
So years ago, when I know this is hard to believe, but yesterday I was 21. Anyway, no. So years ago, I was dating someone and he had shrimp and he kept kosher. I'm sorry. I had shrimp. He didn't have shrimp. He kept kosher. And so I had a shrimp scampi meal. We hadn't been dating long. And I went to kiss him and he said, "What do you think you're doing?" And I said, "I'm about to kiss you." And he said, "No, you're not. You're not going to kiss me until you brush your teeth because you had shellfish and I don't eat shellfish." And here's how I know I left the house of mirrors. The old me in the house of mirrors felt shame and blame. I thought, I'm not good enough. I'm bad.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the silent messages that I wasn't self-reflecting on. It wasn't until I was willing to leave the house of mirrors, which means self-reflecting, that I realized, wait a second, there's another way to look at this through the lens of self-esteem, which means, what do I think? What do I feel? What do I feel? So it goes back to our brilliant Rebecca Serle. It goes back to her, Rebecca. It matters
Rebecca
how
S.
you feel. And Rebecca F. It's like Prince. She's going to be a thimble. Okay, so when I go back to that time, I focus on how did I feel? I felt shame. I allowed, this is huge, guys. I allowed the guy I was dating to make me feel shame and guilt. If I could go back to that girl, I would have said, "Hey, you know what? You're right. I should have kissed you." And I would have said, "No, you're not. You're not good enough. You're not good enough." And I would have said, "No, you're not. You're not good enough. You're not good enough." And I would have said, "No, you're not. You're not good enough. 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 You I would acknowledge the shame and smallness that I allowed my former boyfriend to make me feel. I allowed it. See, I could easily go, well, it's his fault and he made me feel that way. No, he was doing what he could do. He didn't want to kiss me because I wasn't keeping kosher. But I have to take responsibility and say, he's allowed to have that choice. And guess what? I'm allowed to say, I don't like the way you make me feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you determine what works and what doesn't. So he doesn't have to be evil and wrong. And I don't have to be weak and suffer. Did we go out to a nice dinner? Absolutely. Was he a gentleman during the dinner? Yes. How did I feel? I felt shame. I felt small. So that's why Rebecca S.'s quote is so epiphanous. Because it lasers in. It's like it tethers you to reality. It's almost like it gets you out of the house of mirrors. Like, I'm getting confused. Well, how do I feel? Because I know I'm in a safe place. I can see my friends in the house of mirrors. Everybody's smiling at the house of mirrors, right? Like your wedding day. Everybody's happy. Doesn't matter. How do you feel?
Yeah. So yeah, hone in on that feeling.
Yeah.
Listen to those feelings. Oh yeah, you have the fact they take me out to nice restaurants and open the car door for me. The feeling they made me feel shame during the meal and on the way home.
Yeah.
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 So
yeah.
good.
And I think we get so thrown off by the material of things. And there's nothing wrong with material. I love nice. Who doesn't enjoy nice things?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
But it's how you feel. Are you
Yeah,
squirming?
yeah, exactly. You say here, feelings don't lie. Emotions are our intuition telling us to pay attention.
Yeah.
Listen to your gut.
And if your gut is confused, that's okay too. That it'll show you another emotion. I mean, emotions are like waves. They come and go. For years, I held on to blame about the shrimp. And only in the last, a few years has it become, how about you take responsibility, Sheri, for the fact that you allowed yourself to feel that way. And give yourself compassion and say, okay, now I know better. I've grown so much. I've learned, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's great. Yeah.
I love that lesson. I love that lesson to self-reflect on and how you're feeling about that. Like there's so many things I can do that with. But and it's hard. It's hard because you're having to look inward. And I feel like this is a very recurring theme. A lot of things we've been talking about, even in the 5 episodes we've done, is to look inward, because none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. And it is easier to blame. It is easier to blame people, but to look in and say, okay, well, I guess I didn't need to have that feeling because I didn't need to take it that way. That's great.
And to acknowledge it's okay if I do feel that way, because that's my teacher telling me this is not the person for me. Because another person would say, oh yeah, no, I would never kiss anyone who had shellfish. And then I'm preventing that person from meeting the person for him.
Right. Dang.
Yeah.
Good lessons.
Good lessons.
Do we want to wrap this up in a pretty little bundle before we sign off? Any last key takeaways? You want to wrap it up pretty, Sheri?
Wrap it up pretty.
You just have a beautiful way with words.
Oh, thank you. Oh, let's see. We're going to have to timestamp this. All right.
That's fine. I know I put you on the spot.
Well, so I am a former teacher. And I think once you're a teacher, it's in your blood. It affects your perception of everything. So as a teacher, shout out to teachers out there everywhere, sending big love. You start to learn less is more. So I wrote an article called 3 Signs You're in a Toxic Relationship. And that's more of a way, like a talisman like to hold you, because it can get overwhelming with everything we're talking about. Especially with toxic relationships, because they are so confusing. It's so easy to lose your way. And so I came up with those 3 things that are the pillars that comprise a toxic relationship: blame, inflexibility, lack of self-reflection. But that's just the light in the dark. If you ever feel like you're losing your way and you're confused, check in with yourself and ask, is there blame going on in the relationship? Is there inflexibility being shown? And is there a lack of self-reflection? And when you ask yourself this, ask it from both lenses, not just your point of view, but theirs.
That's wonderful. Hey guys, well, that's a wrap. Remember, when everything's going wrong, it just means you're crafting a great story. Stay tuned for more episodes where we turn life's lemons into laughable tales. Don't forget to like and subscribe and keep finding the best in the worst, because life's too ridiculous not to laugh at it.